Alright guys, so we're still here on www.w3schools.com. This website is very useful and it's going to be our best friend for this next week or two. So you can go ahead and search something in there, or you can just scroll down and they have the HTML editor, which we've been using in class. But if you want to get a little more practice, you can scroll down and use CSS, JavaScript, Python, SQL, C++, Java. But these ones here have the environment for you to do your coding. So the main part we're going to focus on here is the HTML. So I didn't go over this in class, so I'm going over it now. Every HTML must have this at the beginning: doctype.html, then HTML, head. So if you're going to put a header, this would be your header. So for here they have page title. Then after you open the head, you close the head. Same with the body. We're opening the body here and we're closing the body. And finally the same with HTML. We're opening HTML and we're closing HTML with a slash. So for a heading, this means the text will be bigger. It will be an H1, and then you have to close the H1. Paragraph is normal size text, and you close the paragraph. So let's go ahead and click on try it yourself, and we'll see here this is a heading. It's an H1, so it's bigger. If I were to change that to a paragraph, we'll see that it will get smaller in size. Okay, so that's one thing there. If we want to do a break line, we can put BR. That's to put a space. So you'll see how there's a space right here. If you want to break it up, you can put a break line. That's what it's called, a break line. I want everyone to go down and check out where it says layout, and you'll see here this is the exact website that we did, that you all typed out, and I want to go here and try it yourself. So you'll see here that it's broken up. We have the header, we have the navigation area under nav, and we have the article right here, which is the London part, and then we have the footer, which is the footer part. So if we look into our code, we'll be able to see here that the navigation is taking up 30% of the entire website. So I'm going to change that to 50 and run it, and you'll see how it changes. Okay, so I want you to use these little tools here to kind of go and change it. If you want to get rid of the footer, you can just go ahead and get rid of the footer. I want you guys to experiment with this, try it out, try different things, see what works, see what doesn't. So we're going to take this here and we're going to make it our own. Now there's a few things we need to do before we do that though. What we're going to do is we'll go ahead and take all the code. Let me refresh. We're going to take all the code, we're going to right click, copy it, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up Notepad. To get to Notepad, you're going to go to Start. You might have Notepad here, or you might need to search for Notepad. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and paste the text in there. Okay, so I went ahead and pasted the text into Notepad, and the first thing we're going to do is go to File, Save As, and we want to retitle this to index.txt, so that way it might already say txt on the bottom, so you probably don't even need that. So we're going to save it as index and hit save. So if we close this now, we'll see that index notepad icon has appeared on our desktop. So if we open that up, it's right there now. We're also going to go to File, File, Save As, and we're going to save this as index.html and hit save. And then we're going to see something else pop up on our desktop, which is, it looks like a website. So we can now open this, and it'll be in our website browser. It'll show up in our website browser. But before we continue, we need to right click on the desktop and go to New Folder, and we're going to call this Main HTML Folder. Now this folder is being stored locally here on the desktop, which means it's being saved on the hard drive of your computer that you're sitting at right now. So if you move seats to another computer and you log in, it won't be saved there because it's not saved on the cloud. It's saved locally on the computer. After we create this folder, we're going to drag our assets in there. And from there, now if we want to make a change to our website, what we're going to have to do is, let me open my notepad file again. What we're going to have to do, for instance, if I wanted to change that area that we changed earlier from 30% to 50%, I'll show you how we're going to have to make changes from here on out. So you could, but don't get too worked up just yet because there's an easy way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to change it to, let's say, 5%. And I'm going to go to File, Save. So now I'm saving the text document. Now I'm going to reopen this and refresh. Hold on. Technical difficulties there. I need to go to File, Save the text document. Then I need to go File, Save As, and resave it as .html. Save it. The file already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yes. So now we overwrote the previous copy. Now let's open up index, refresh it. I guess it doesn't do 5%. It might have to be multiples of 10, so it might work at 5%, but just to keep it, yeah, I'll try that 5%. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, and I'm going to file save this as .html. Save, replace the existing file. Let's see what happens if we refresh. Nothing. Alright, just to prove that it works, let me go ahead and change it to 50. File save as .html. Save, replace, refresh. Oh, I think it's changing the London. Am I on the wrong one here? Yeah, this was the percentage one. Let's put this to 10. File save as .html. Save, replace, refresh, and now it changes. So I was doing the wrong one. Cut me some slack. Alright, but that's the joy of coding. There's always something that you're doing that just doesn't quite work. But I hope that you saw the example there of how you can change things in different areas. So you're going to customize this layout to be your own, but now I'm going to show you how to add some more things. Alright, and we're going to use W3 Schools for that. Alright, I'm going to close this. I'm going to go up here to Images, or Pictures. I know it's in here somewhere. Images. And this gives us the text to add an image. So we're just going to copy that code. We'll go back to our editor here, and right here, as we scroll down before the body closes and below the footer, I'm going to paste that text. Okay, and we'll see that if I file save and then file save as HTML, as files index.html, replace the existing, open it up, we'll have that it doesn't show up, and I'm going to show you why. So what I'm going to do is go here to Edge, Microsoft Edge, and I'm going to search up in Bing puppy. Alright, and I'm going to go to Images, find an image I like, this one. Hopefully it's a JPEG. Right click, save image as, and we're going to save it. I had already done one there. We'll save this one as puppy 2. Alright, so we're going to save that onto the desktop. Now, when we go back to our code, I'm going to look for the puppy space dog image. So instead of pic.truly.jpg, I'm going to call this puppy dog, and I'm getting that from up here. And then we have the alternate text. What that is that's a, whenever you hover over the picture, what do you want it to say? I just want it to say puppy. Now I'm going to file, save as .html, and I'm going to rewrite the existing file, and then I'm going to go to my web browser, and I'm going to refresh and see if the dog comes out down here. And it doesn't. And I think there's a reason for that. I think that we can't have a space. I'm going to try puppy 2. Since I already have, oh, I know why. The pictures need to be in your folder, in your main HTML folder. So now, let's refresh and see what happens. Not yet. This is the joy of coding. Maybe we need to save it again. File, save as. And I'm going to change it up. I'm going to do puppy 2. Just one Y. File, save as. Index.html. Save. Overwrite, yes. No. Technical difficulties. Puppy 2. Is that a space? Let me rename this. Without a space. Or with an underscore. Okay, now it's puppy 2. Now, we shouldn't have to do anything. We should just have to refresh. There it is. So no spaces in your JPEGs. You can use underscores to separate words. There's our puppy. Now let me show you a few other tricks here. We go to over here, and there's some basic features that I guess it would be under formatting. Alright, so if you want a bold text, but what I'm looking for is if you want to center text. To center it and to center that picture, we're just going to put in a code center like this. And close it. Now let's file, save as .html. We probably just have to refresh, but no, we probably got to save it again. Yes. Now let's refresh. And the dog is in the center. The puppy's in the center. So those are little small codes you can do to organize your website. Make sure you include images. I also want to show you how to save a YouTube video. If you want to put a YouTube video into your website, you go to share, click on embed, and it gives you all the code right there. All you got to do is throw that code into your notepad, and it's ready to go. I'm going to put it right here. But you guys should already know how to do this. File, save as .html. Refresh. Do we have a YouTube video? Yes, we do. And same thing, you could center it. Put some emojis, change some colors. If you want to look up colors, you come here. There's background images. You can have a complete background image. If you want, maybe you can look up go to Google Images and look up black backgrounds if you want a black background, or and you'll get a JPEG image and you can put that as your background. All you got to do is just search up here, background images in HTML. And you can see here that you just put the JPEG into your folder, and you can use your background, have that as your background image. So any color you want. There's a way to change the background color, but might be under colors. Not entirely sure. Try it, experiment, try different things, guys. Throw in some images, some videos, and the whole idea that we want to do is that I want you all to choose. We're going to work on this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The whole idea behind this is that what I want you guys to do is experiment with this. Try Googling some things. So like if you have no idea, you can try emoji HTML code and you'll get emojis. Of course, this is the same website we were using. And to put these, you would just put them in paragraph. So if we go to our notepad, we can just find an area that we want, paste our emoji. I'm sorry, we got to put it in a paragraph or an H1 if we want it bigger. Close the H1 and run it, and you'll have emojis. So there's plenty of things for you guys to do here and to try to test out. There's tables. So I want you to include a table in there and put some things in the table. Expand upon the picture and try putting a 3-picture area. You'll find all those examples in here. And also try putting to where you can click on the image and it'll take you to a website. What website? Well, that's up to you. And if you don't know, have it go to the True Horror Stories of Texas website. Okay, well, you can ask me for help. If you need help, I want everybody to focus on this. Save your files. Save all your images into this area. No spaces on the images. This will be your library of images, and you should all have a website like this in a folder on your desktop. All right, guys. Enjoy. Talk to you later. Bye.